The Ballston Bid and the LaunchPad initiative, I think, is very, very important to our community. As we know, job creation is the #1 issue facing us as a country and an economy, and young businesses and startups is where all the jobs are created. It's also where all the value is created individually, and so I want to celebrate entrepreneurs, and I think that this is a fantastic endeavor, and I'm really pleased and honored to be a part of it. There's a concept that's being discussed more and more within the halls of venture capitalists and private equity firms called the rise of the rest. Traditionally, Silicon Valley has always been the place where hot new companies, a Google and an Apple computer, Facebook, are launched and created. But when you look around the country, there's other hotbeds and new communities where entrepreneurs are starting companies and building really at-scale enterprises. And frankly, that's what I'm most attracted to. And I think Washington, D.C., Virginia, and Maryland is really ripe. This DMV has all of the ingredients needed to really bring the next kinds of great companies to market. Specifically, we have great universities, great colleges, we have unbelievable talent in the technology and marketing arenas, and bringing those together, and young adults with infrastructure. This is the most wired community in the country. We've got law firms, we've got accounting firms, we've got venture capital companies all waiting to really help the next generation, the next Steve Jobs, the next Sergey Brin come to life. And so I think that Ballston is uniquely positioned because of its talent, because of the academic environment, because of the technology that's redolent in the community. And what the Ballston Bid is all about is bringing that together. This is like American Idol for entrepreneurs. This is like your own private version of Shark Tank. You'll learn what it's like to pitch and ask for money. You'll learn what it's like to write a business plan that is financeable. You have to remember that in one of my lives, I am a partner in the Revolution Growth Fund, and we invest in mostly local companies that we think can scale and be big-time organizations, and we see lots of plans. And so this will be a great experience both for you and for me and the other judges to see what you got. And maybe we can be helpful and make an investment in your company. Maybe we can add some advice and add some value to help you to take a good idea and make it a great idea. That's really why we're in business, why we've raised almost $500 million to be able to invest in companies and entrepreneurs just like you. My role in the overall project here is to be a cheerleader and evangelist because I love the community and I know that there's a budding Steve Jobs out there. And I'm going to be one of the judges. I'm going to be someone who stays very, very active with this. Hopefully we find one of the plans that we think is the winner and it gets financeable, and maybe I can get to be an investor in that company and also serve on the board and help bring the company to the next step. What I'm looking for from the entrepreneur is authenticity, real passion, and a real understanding about why your product and service will be differentiated, why a consumer or a business will love your product, love your technology, and why they'll value it and how much will they pay for it. You have to remember that vision without execution is hallucination. And so we also are going to look at your background. Have you thought through the issues that will be in your way to make this a real business? But what I'm most looking for is originality. I'm looking to be wowed and delighted by the product and the niche that you serve. I'm also looking for realism. How big do you think this company can be and why? And then I'm looking to make sure that we bet on jockeys, not the horse. And so you as an individual, do you have high levels of integrity and honesty? Are you self-actualized? Do you understand what's good about your plan and your business and what isn't? And will you do what's necessary to make this a real business? And so I've been on the other side. I've had to raise money when I was 24 years old, my first company that I had to raise venture capital, and I know how intimidating it can be. When I was raising money, we didn't have any opportunities like this. You had to grovel and make cold calls to try and get in front of someone to get the company funded. And so what the Ballston bid people have done to make your life easier, I think should be commended. The best 3 words of advice I could give an entrepreneur is to get real now. I'd also say don't be afraid, because most businesses really take a internal fortitude to launch. And if you have any fear and any trepidation, you need to get over it. This will be like walking on a tightrope for you. And really starting a new business is both exhilarating and frightening. So get over your fears and be really real and authentic and master the subject matter. That's what entrepreneurs really need to do as leaders for their own people, and also to be highly regarded by their investors. I'd like to conclude with a congratulatory message to all 10 finalists. I read all of the précis, and I'm actually very, very impressed, and I'm very excited to be able to dig down, read the plans, meet all of you, and get to know all of you. And maybe there's even more than one great winner in that group. You know, American Idol always picks one winner, but a lot of times the person in second and third place ends up with a recording contract too, and maybe that's going to be you.